Hello. In this video, we're going to add the publish button right here. If you click it, then we're going to open up the Popover. On top of that, we also built copy to clipboard feature, right? As you can see, I'm copying the URL to clipboard, and then just for demo, I can paste it right here. Then you should be able to see the URL that I just copied to the clipboard. Awesome. And then we have external link button right here that redirect the user to the published website. But of course, we don't have that page yet. Let's go back, and then we have close button. Functionality wise, we are gonna do it in the next video, so stay tuned. Yeah, so if you like this kind of content, please do not forget to like and subscribe. Now let's deep dive in. Alright, now it's time to allow user to publish this website. We somehow need to make the website public. So I'm gonna create the publish button between preview button and user button here. So let's go to header. If you scroll down, we have button that shows preview or back to edit and auth button here. In between, I'm gonna give the button called publish. We can add some emojis to make it a little bit more excited. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's looking like that. Now I'm gonna open up the popover when user clicks this. So I'm gonna import popover from component to UI popover, and then I'm gonna have popover trigger. Now I'm going to cut publish button and move to popover trigger. Awesome. And then we're gonna have popover content. Inside here, I'm gonna have 3 different div tags. So one div tag is for heading of the popover, and next one will be read-only input that shows published website URL. Another section that I want to have will be buttons. Yeah, so I have 3 different main sections. So in here, let's just start with the heading. I'm gonna have div tag, h1 tag with the publish title, and then p tag with the text you can make your website public. Hit publish button down below. Yeah. And then let's just start a little bit. I'm gonna give the font weight, the class name, the font semi-bold. Let's give it a shot and then see how it's gonna look. And then class name for the paragraph, I'm gonna make the text color a little bit lighter, right? So, and then text size too small. Let's take a look. Yeah, I like it. And then I want to have another div tag for the input. Here I'm gonna have div tag with the input that is read only with the default value that is the base URL, a local host in our case. But later we're gonna change it to something more dynamic, okay? And then give the ID of the project. Just a hard coding for now. Let's give it a to-do here. To-do, get the default value dynamic, right? Currently it's a hard-coded, right? And then I will have buttons down below. So I'm gonna have another div tag that includes button that is for publishing. Publish. I'm gonna give the class name with full. Yeah. And then I'm gonna have another button that is for closing. And then I'm gonna have a variant that is outline. Yeah. Because I want to give more emphasis on this publish button. Let's take a look. Yeah, nice. So then now let's give some spacings and better looking, right? So to do that, I'm gonna give the class name to give the top and bottom padding to rem, and then spacings between those div tags. Why? Before, let's take a look. Yeah, a little bit better. At the same time, I want to have 2 different buttons. One to copy this URL, the other one for redirecting user to a page with this URL. To do that, I'm gonna have another div tag inside here. I will have a button I can add copy icon. And then we can copy paste to have another button that is for, I don't know, school arrow up right maybe. Let me see. Oh no, this is not what I want. Let's go to Lucid website. I like this one. So I'm gonna copy this JSX and then paste over here. Okay, yeah, looking good. And then let's check one more time, okay? Go back to website builder, publish, Yeah, that's what I want. Let's give some spacings, right? Here, I'm gonna give the class name space y maybe 2, and then between buttons, I'm gonna have class name space x to 1. Let's take a look. Yeah, I like it. I want user to close this guy, and then we need to give some gap between these two buttons too, right? Let's do that. Here, I'm gonna give the class name, give the space y to 2, and then I'm gonna have popover close component. Okay, but we need to mark it as a child, otherwise we're gonna have nested buttons. So this is necessary. Let's take a look. Yeah, I can close, and then we have a gap in between. Awesome. Yeah, UI wise, I think this is pretty good already. Yeah, so let's make a quick commit. I'm gonna go to here and then generate the commit message. Awesome, commit. What I want to do next is separating this component to another component. This one is already too big, I would say. So what I would do is cut these guys and then create a new component. Let's create it inside here. So publish popover.tsx. For now, I'm gonna just create the component first. Publish popover, and then paste right here. Make sure all the inputs are good, right? The import is wrong, so I'm gonna delete that, and then import it from component to UI popover, and then save. Looking good. Yeah, this one is okay because we don't have popover close. Okay, yeah, we don't have that, so let's leave it. Awesome. Then let's try to remove unnecessary comments. Instead, let's give spacing. To do is necessary. Yeah, so looking good, looking good. So then now we can import this newly created one, publish popover. Then it's gonna look a little bit leaner in this component, which is nice. And then let's check a little bit more if there's anything we can do. This one we need to mark it as a child, otherwise we're gonna have nested button that causes hydration error. This one looking good. This one we need to leave it as a to do. Yeah, I think looking good. So publish, we don't have the functionality to do that, so we cannot do anything, but we can do those things for now. Okay, so the way we can do here is copying this URL. So what I would do is when this button is clicked, I want to copy this text to the clipboard. The way you can do is using the navigator. This object will be available in the browser only. So this guy gotta be client component. And then clipboard, write text. Write text will be receiving the data that is a string and then returns promise. Okay, so what I will do is I'm gonna copy, or maybe let's create a variable. Okay, so I'm gonna cut it and then just to create small variable, const published URL. For now, hard coding, and then we're gonna replace that. Then we can move this to do to up here for now. Okay, I need to remove. Yeah, looking good. And then pass this guy to here and here. Remember, this guy returned the promise, right? So what it means we need to do, await it, and then async. After copying, we can just have a small toast message. Toast from Sonar and the success. And then we can say the URL, published URL, is copied to clipboard. Yeah, let's check. Then we can click this guy and then try to paste to here. Yeah, nice. It's copying, right? Looking good. Then let's take this guy out to separate the function. On click, copy to clipboard. Let's try to create this function now. Const copy to clipboard, and then paste the function that we wrote, right? Give a little space. Yeah, looking good. Copy to clipboard is done, and then we should be able to redirect the user to the publish the website, right? So what I would do is I'm gonna wrap here with the link from Next.js, just to wrap it, and then pass the href, right? Href, that is published URL. I want to open a new tab when user clicks this, so I'm gonna give the target that is underscore blank. Yeah, looking good. Then when user clicks this, take a look, redirect to publish the website with the URL that we hard coded, and then it opens a new tab, right? Let's go back. Yeah, so looking good. These two are ready, but the rest are not implemented yet. So I'm gonna wrap this one up now, and then we'll continue in the next video. Just making video content a little smaller. Okay, so thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye now.